All right. Hello and welcome to the Glen. Well, the virtual Glen. I'm Charles the 14th, and with me today is iMetrics. Go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
Set to broadcast. As we go into the qualifying round, practice session is just wrapping up.
What is happening?
That is an excellent question. There we
Um,
go. There we go.
that was an interesting bug.
Yeah. Just, a little bit of panic to start the day.
Why do I have the feeling that we just clipped through the map?
It's a very real possibility that we did. Might have been free cam being weird.
Yeah, could be the case.
Get the lap times visible as they head out onto the field to start their qualifying hot laps. Again, as usual, that first out lap is going to be where they try to warm up the tires, get some space to the car in front of them so they don't have the troubles.
Oh,
and
that's the first spin
the first of the
of
troubles.
the round.
That looked to be Kaiza and Akito getting into it.
Someone's gonna be mad later.
I mean, if you're going to have problems, now in practice are the time to have it. Better there than during the actual race.
That is true, though.
While they're doing their outlap, let's take a look at the current standings. Right now, Pan Formula is pretty much dominating, especially after their 1-2 finish at Hungaroring, followed by Mirai United, Rip Runners, the tracc.eu Racing Team, Brasilia Shirt, AOR Esports, Oda Motorsport, and Manly Pink Racing. Yeah, Hungaroring kind of threw some of the scores through a loop because it was a small field. I think we had about 11 drivers on track.
Yeah, I think so, but the thing was, as far as I remember, was that SGP fucked over the server, at least the server password. So
Yeah, it was like a delayed start, and Hungaroring is not an especially well-liked course at times.
I mean, it's mostly actually for Formula One cars, so or at least for Formula cars. So I wouldn't say that it actually really fits GT cars, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, it was pretty hairy to get through, at least in the 992.
Which, by the way, doesn't mean that it's a bad track. It's a good track, but maybe not for GT cars.
Yeah.
Hamantuk fight.
Yeah. Speaking of 992s, Mikel Arteta's running through with the Caffeine 6 992. Very much digging the pink, blue, and yellow scheme. I like how that kind of flows together. And it looks like they're currently sitting behind Trazione Integrale.
Oh. I think I saw them trying to get past for a second.
Yeah.
But Transione is like someone you won't get, you usually won't get past. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially not when you do that.
Yeah, that can be a tricky thing to do. Looks like Chemchulo ran into a little bit of trouble as well. Mark Kames setting their first lap. Currently sitting on pole with the 46.2. Other drivers coming in now. Monty San Martin, currently second with a 46.9. Followed by Jordan Brunch in the track Lexus, the 47.5.
And he's cutting corners like hell.
Yep. Like he's getting out of Monty's way there.
I think his lap was invalidated, actually.
Yeah. Adrian Dubrovka going through the gains there. New pole position of Akito Asagawa. A 145.5. That's putting him about 3/4 of a second ahead of the other drivers, but it is still very early in the qualifying session. Half the folks haven't even made their full quali lap yet.
I mean, like, everything could change after a few minutes, so let's see how this will go, actually. And
Yep.
Akio is running wide.
Yep. Yeah, sure enough, there's Mark Kame, 3/10 behind him now. In the very appropriately painted Mercedes for this track.
America. I will not. I will not say it further because we are family friendly.
Yes, we have already used our one for the day.
Yeah.
YouTube does not give us any more. It has been cashed in. Looks like Trazione is getting into a little bit of trouble. Sorry, returning to pits. Using the classic iRacing method of going slightly off track and then hitting the return to pit button.
Yeah.
Tried and true. Oh.
And the next one who goes a bit
that
completely
was
off track.
Ivano, who has
Yeah.
updated the paint scheme. Is no longer rocking the black with rainbow highlights. He now appears to be going black and blue. It looks good. Still does look good.
Yep.
And Blanc Ryuzaki joined today in the M3. Sorry, the M4. In the traditional pastel colors that he's known for. Now with the pinup on the side of it, and the top. I feel like he's just trying to show off that pinup right now.
I mean, I mean, like, it is nice.
Yep.
Oh.
Gotta love it when the camera angle. Oh, the Lexuses. Lexi.
The Lexuses.
Yes.
They want to go past each other, but they are they are too big.
Who will be the faster of the Japanese boats? And DJ Overdrive. Turning to pits.
Long time since I have seen him here.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's such a delightfully full course. Oh, as Mario Russo goes a little bit hairy.
That was a Pepega moment.
Yep. We have 3 Lexuses on the field today. Good to see. Good to see. and the sole McLaren of Mortiz Reiniger. Currently going through. He's currently sitting 10th, gaining time on his previous run, so he's got about 3/10 to clear to move up a position. Oh, and Mark Kame getting into a little trouble as well. Ooh, I quite like Seon KP's library that he's got in his Aston. Ah, once again, another Lexus duel. That between Ryumi Tachiyama and Iko Kaiser.
7 out of 10, not enough purple.
Yeah. You can always use more purple. Not enough brown liveries.
Yeah, that's true.
This is why I'm switching over to track next season, so I can do my part in. Oh!
And they both go!
That is what happens when you follow the other person's line too close.
Yeah, I can relate. I mean, it happened to me more than enough times, so...
Yeah, I mean, the car in front makes a great focus point when you're going through, but if they have an oopsie, you might be having the same aforementioned oopsie that we just saw in the background with Ivano.
I wanted to tell that.
Oh.
Oh my god. When we're talking about oopsies and then this happens.
You can't teach that type of comedic timing. That just has to happen.
Yeah.
And Shike Hawken in the GTR. Currently sitting about a second and a half up from their previous time. Now almost 2 seconds. That's going to jump them up 2 positions. It's a lovely showing. Game audio seems a bit low. Alright, I will turn it up a bit. Okay, little green bar is showing on it. So we're gonna trust it a little bit for now. If it gets too loud, we'll change it up again. Anyways, Mark Kame's currently sitting on pole with a 145.1.
The 3 to 4 tenths in front of Akido.
Yeah.
Like we said, it was early when Akido was first, so yeah.
Yep. It just takes one good run. And I do have mild patriotism in that that's the paint scheme to do it in this track in. Yeah, a little bit of freedom vibes. And currently Seiko Kaiza is the top Lexus. Not by much. This is by 0.15 of a second. So it is. Oh, not even. It is 15 thousandths. So it is a close duel we're looking at here. And Gary Slater running the Mirai AMG. Currently about a half second up on their lap. They make this, that is 2 positions. If they're able to keep this pace. So let's see if they're able to pull that off. It is dropping as they get a little bit squirrely into there.
I mean, it is a tricky corner.
Yep. Although they seem to have gotten it back. And sure enough, that bumps them up into 10th position. Meanwhile, Mark Kame currently looking to improve even further as they're going to break into the 144s with a 44.89.
Not bad, not bad.
Yep. Looks like Ivano was not pleased to be moved out of the top 10 as they just jumped 3 positions up into 8th, pushing Gary Slater back into 11th. Sad. Well, sad for Slater, good for Ivano. Ooh, I just noticed the little orange highlights they've got in there as well. A very nice scheme.
I'm still actually kind of amazed that they mostly just run over a bit of the grass, and someone goes a bit wide there. Yeah. I don't think that lap is still valid. I don't think so.
It's not showing invalid, but it did lose them about a second worth of time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Akito is also improving their lap time. They're just on the cusp of being able to break into those 44s as well. Got a nice little duel for pole position going on. With 3 minutes remaining, they're going to have about 2 laps left to knock out to get their positions. Meanwhile, Trazione also about a half second up. They come up behind Blanco Ryuzaki. Ooh, but that cut through the grass is gonna slow him down significantly. That cost him about a second.
Like all the time I see them drive on this track right now, they all kind of drive a bit over the grass. Yep. I mean, I don't know if that might actually slow a few of them down.
Yeah, especially these GT3 cars, especially in ACC. When you lose time, you lose time.
Yeah, I mean,
it is like bogging down. You just see that timer just drop.
I mean, like back in Belgium.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where like the first chicane was like the worst turn ever.
Yep. Oh, I remember that first chicane. That's where I ended up knocking myself out of the race last lap.
It's just, I mean, I personally like that track more than Spa actually, but that first chicane is kind of sucky.
Yeah, it's a mean one. Meanwhile, Pan Formula seems to be aiming for another one too, because Alex Curto just took. Curto just took second position. Not Pan Formula. That's Wild Things.
Akito will be angry.
Yeah. I mean, third is still a good spot to start from.
Yeah. At least
you do have that nice first position line that you can take.
Yeah. At least better than the grid positions that I personally, for example, have.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to talk about last race. Uh, let's just say I was kind of like kind of like uh, let's just say I was ripped from the track for a second.
Yeah, that was a season ender for me, so it was not a pretty one.
Yeah.
My apologies, Albert. I saw the A in the first name and got that one wrong. Let's see. As we wrap up qualifying, folks are just going to finish the laps they're on. Keto looking to make another improvement. All he has to do is get 8 thousandths of a second. He is currently 3/10 up. Can he take back that second position before the max wait time timer ends?
Let's hope.
Oh, he might do more than that. He might do more than that. He is on pace for taking first.
Oh, interesting. Now let's see how that will go.
Oh, can he do it?
Oh, the last turn.
He's
Will
going
he be
through.
able
He's
to do
7/10
it?
up. He needs 7/10.
And
He
he's
takes it
first!
by 500ths of a second. Akito nabs pole position. I believe the technical term for that is yoink.
Go for that yoinky sploinky.
Yeah. All right. As we get ready to start the race proper, our running order: position 1, Akito in the lovely Ferrari. Second place, the Freedom AMG of Mark Kame, followed by Alex Curto, Michael Arteta, Zico Kaiser, Monty San Martin, Blanc Ryuzaki, Jordan Brunch, Ivano. Losing track of the names real quick. Gary Slater, Reniger, Mario Russo, SKP, Cham Chulo, Adrian Dubrovka, DJ Overdrive. Of course, he's running the WA 2000 livery. Asari, Trazione Integrale, Shike Hawken, and Ryuma Tachiyama. As the camera gets a little
Janky.
little jank. The free cam fun times.
I mean, it's we're talking about ACC after all.
Yeah.
And Unreal.
Yeah. Good old UE4. Let's shape it up. We already have double the races of Hungary, so it is good to see. Additionally, drivers should be aware that go bowling does not mean create an incident in turn 1.
Let's hope they get the memo.
Please. Yes. If there is an incident, please limit it to just one so that we can track it effectively on camera and catch all the action. As they prepare to start, they're going to start doing their formation lap. We've got that lovely lap just to make sure that all the drivers are able to warm up their tires. Looks like we're getting a little bit of the back and forth. A little bit of braking here and there. Get those cores heated up. As our previous commentator-in-chief joins in to judge us. see how this pans out. Take a look at that lovely 20-car field. You'll love to see it. And Watkins Glen is a large enough track where that's not too big of a concern as far as traffic goes.
I mean, it is cozy, so...
Yeah. It is a very American-feeling track.
I mean, it is in America, so,
Yeah.
would be strange if it didn't feel like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, they've got all the, like, local billboards up on the sides of it, which is... I don't know, you don't see that as often as some of the European tracks. It's cozy. And a small-time vibe to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, Keto is on pole position. He nabbed that last second. It was beautiful. Whether or not he will be able to hold off the overwhelming tide of freedom that is Mark Kame remains to be seen.
Oh god, French versus freedom. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't... oh god, I apologize.
Le Mans round 2.
I apologize for that one. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Le Mans was a good race. Even with the helicopter cam, we get a very tight-in view of this. Looks like they're going double file to go through the line.
Let's hope no one goes out of line and gets a penalty for that.
Yeah. It looks like they're pretty well organized.
Because I once got a penalty for that.
No. The thing is, Red Bull may not sponsor Freedom, but Freedom sponsors Red Bull. All right, they are coming up to the line right now. Going to be going green any second. And they are off. Mark Kame getting that early lead on Akito right off the bat. As we watch there, he's going a little bit wide with it. But he's going to nab that P1.
And Kurdo is right behind Akito.
Oh yeah, our top 5 are right on top of each other.
While we have a battle right behind. Oh wait. Oh, there's the car
getting
again.
getting a little cutty in there. Ooh. A little bit of a duel going on between Monty and Arteta for that coveted P4. Ooh, that Audi is looking right up the back of that Porsche.
Oh.
He's gonna go. Is he gonna go for that inside line? Meanwhile, Rima Tachiyama getting off track, catching the wall. That's gonna bring them down into the back.
Where's Trazione?
Trazione is currently 19th.
Ah, I see.
As the duel between the Lexuses starts to creep up on the duel between the Audi and the BMW and the Porsche.
A double-stacked duel.
Yeah.
Time for a duel, I think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Reiniger right behind Jordan Brunch. Ooh, Jordan getting a little bit wide there. Was that wall, or did he just get a bit wide? Because he's
he
still
hit
going
the wall.
in.
Hit the wall.
Ooh. Oh,
and
and
they
now
hit each other.
they're getting a bump in there. It's this is some door to door.
That was some grassy action. He really wanted to touch some grass, I think.
Yeah, that was a tight line to take.
And I don't think that's what people meant when they said go touch some grass.
Yeah, that is not go bowling. It's not what they mean by the signs. Ooh, Adrian Dubrovka, DJ Overdrive, and Seon KP all getting off track. DJ catching the wall pretty painfully.
Oh, I think that's gonna be a pits moment.
Yeah, that's gonna send DJ over to the back of the pack as well, as he's just able to get it moving. Looks like he's got a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem to be able to control it, but I don't know if he shouldn't go, if maybe he should go into the pits.
Yep. See, currently less than 3/10 between 7th through 11th. Akito looking to get a little bit squirrely there, with Kurto only a half-second behind. Meanwhile, Tara Hasari looking to make a move on Shike Hawkin, only 2/10 down. He's going to be taking a close look at that GTR.
Oh god, those googly eyes.
Ah, yes, the moon eyes return. Ask not for who they look, they're looking at you. Meanwhile, Alex
He's getting
Kurto
really close.
getting right on the bumper
He really wants
of
the
Akito.
fuse,
He's
you
going to
know?
go around, going for the outside line, do the chicane. He's going to back off a little bit, keep it safe. Meanwhile, the googly eyes Audi has claimed the GTR for 15th. And Reniger spinning, getting into some trouble there.
Hit the wall, but it seems like it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, looks like they're able to kind of rejoin effectively. Mario Russo looking up Gary Slater as they briefly go sideways. Briefly go side by side, not sideways. Very different things. Seiko Kaiser bringing in the Lexus on the non-googly eyes Audi of Monty.
The pit is now open.
And the pit is now open.
Yes, they are.
Well, DJ is in the pits right now.
Yes, DJ is going to need that pit stop. That looked like a very ugly crash to see. Ooh, Kaiser going a little wide there. And Chamchulo getting a yellow flag. Looks like he just exceeded track limits by a little bit. As the Lexus goes side by side with the Audi. Ooh, that's a bump. That is a bump.
That was a bump and run. God.
Yep.
Oy.
Yep. Looks like neither of them got too destabilized, but and Morty's coming back from his spin.
McLaren versus.
Yep. And
Lamborghini.
Akito taking second back from Alex Kurto. As Shike Hawkin spins, takes a wall. That's going to be painful.
Yeah. While someone else was hitting the wall again, just behind all the cams.
As that happens, Mortiz takes that position back. SKP getting a yellow flag. Again, looked like it was just exceeding some track limits. As Tachiyama looks up the inside of Trazione Integrale. Going into the grass as he shoots by.
Boy,
Ooh,
that was really close.
That is more than close. That is a collision. That is contact. That was a spin.
Yeah.
As Shike Hawkins going to nab both of those positions. Meanwhile, Alex Curto's still following right behind Akito. As Mark came, has gained 3.5 seconds on the rest of the pack. Curto trying to rule Akito in. Seems to have an advantage down this same straight. That's where they seem to gain the most time.
Oh, Akito got a
he's
bit
looking up at it.
wide there. I think he lost way too much time.
Yeah, that could be the advantage that Alex needs. Morty's Renninger getting sideways again. Trying to get off, turned around before that traffic hits him. Ryuma Tachiyama's had to pit. Possibly due to the damage with the incident with Trazione.
Could be the case.
Yep. You know, Alex Curto down only a 10th on Akito. And in the space of me saying that, it has now widened back up to 0.3. As they continue their battle for second. Rolex. Is that a pun on Rolex? I'm not sure.
I mean, it could be a joke. I don't know.
Hard to
I mean,
say.
I do so many jokes on that in that way, so it wouldn't really be that strange to see that.
That is, they're going to go side by side through the turn, and Alex is going to pull ahead and take that second position from Akito. And the Freedom AMG has been pulling ahead that whole time. He's up to 5.5 seconds now. As Adrian Dubrovka spins out,
That
gets
was
caught on the side of the track. Gonna have to wait
the,
for that traffic to pass through.
That was the perfect transition to that.
Ooh. The camera angles here are hasty.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Blank Ryuzaki looking at the inside of, or looking at the outside now of Jordan Brunch. As Jordan's got his hazards on. Interesting.
I didn't even know you could do that in ACC, actually.
I think that's the flashers. I suppose you could also just turn both blinkers on. That might do it. Ooh, Trazione catching just the edge of the wall there.
And again.
Yeah. Ooh.
And again.
Yeah, that might be the damage pre-existing. Brunch still has those hazard lights on. As Blanco Ryuzaki tucks up behind him. Like he's trying to get a line there, but he's not going to be able to at that point. One of the strengths of the Lexus is that V8 is strong in a straight line, which can make it very tricky to get around. Meanwhile, Adrian Dubrovka, recovering from the spin, is going to look up the inside of Hazri. Let himself be seen by the googly eyes. Currently, eyes are on the gaps between cars right now because there are currently 2 fights that are within about a half second. This one between Dubrovka and Hazri, and the continuing hazard flash of Jordan Brunch and Blank Ryuzaki. Ooh, Dubrovka closing that gap for a moment there. Like they've got a slight advantage coming out of this turn. But the Audi's going to shoot ahead coming out. See if either driver can either create or exploit an edge here. Ooh, Hazard going a bit wide. Dubrovka looking to capitalize as Mortiz Reniger suddenly just nabs a gap on Chamchulo. That came seemingly out of nowhere. Akito losing it a bit through the turn. Catching the wall, getting right back out on track. As they lose a position to Mikel Arteta.
Oh, he will not be happy about that.
Yeah. Never a fun moment. Gary Slater losing it a bit in the AMG. Managing to keep it off the wall. But they are going to lose 2 positions from that.
What is happening?
We have a pretty hot track temperature with a lot of elevation changes. It is,
Poor tires.
yeah, it is not kind to the tires. Meanwhile, DJ catching another wall.
But this time it seems like they don't need to
And
pit right
Brunch.
now.
And, oh. That hurts to see.
Yeah, okay, I think Jordan needs to pit now.
Yeah, looks like he caught it, and Ivano just had no time to react to it.
Nothing you can do there.
Yeah.
If you're in that situation, you can't really avoid it anymore.
No.
At least not with that kind of distance.
Yeah, that's gonna put both of them into the pits.
Yeah.
Oh.
That just pains to see.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
And,
Keto. Where
he's
did
also in the
Keto go?
pits.
Oh, Keto has pitted.
I think he has a bit too much damage. Too much damage.
And Dubrovka coming in as well. Seems last few laps have set the grid alignment into overall chaos. It's currently Mark Kame sitting 4 seconds ahead of Alex Curto, followed by Mikel Arteta, Siko Kaiser. Back in 9th, Chamchulo going very wide. And back on the track.
Wait, isn't that Trazione behind him?
That is Trazione. That is lapped Trazione.
I see. I mean, isn't it good that the grid is now completely like changing again?
It is. It means we're going to be busy. We're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
This will be interesting. The tires should be good to last 45 minutes for those early pitters, but they are going to have about double the wear on it as the folks who are able to pit on their own time. Meanwhile, SKP challenging the Guliai Audi. Dubrovka getting out of pits ahead of Ivano and Brunch. Ooh, as Chamchulo goes into pit. And Seon KP going very wide there. Still only half second behind the Audi of Hazari. And they are both going to bypass Chamchulo, who is currently pitted. Ooh, both drivers going wide. Once again, that following each other's lines. This is currently a battle for 10th position.
Oh,
And the
that was a
closest one on
close
the
go
grid.
to the wall, actually.
Yeah. Right now, it seems like positions have somewhat stabilized. It's multiple seconds of gap between each car right now. Except for these two, who are going at it.
Yeah.
Simracing.GP slowly reeling in that Audi. That gap is getting smaller and smaller each turn. Except for there where he went a little bit wide and gave a lot of that time right back. And Jordan and Ivano getting out of pit lane. Back on the track. Akito as well. He's going to shoot right by Shike Hawken.
I mean, it is to be expected from Akito, so...
Yeah, with Chamchulo getting pinged for a drive-through.
Probably did a bit of interesting trespassing on the track.
Yeah, he had a lot of track limits exceeded. Meanwhile, Simracing.GP is able to make that move on the Moon Eye Audi. And he is now being witnessed by the Eldritch Abomination.
Oh no.
That it is a portal to. May the old ones have mercy on his soul. All right. As it is, gaps are starting to show between each driver. It is a very wide range between them all right now. We have Mark Kame in the lead. Alex Curto, 5.5 seconds behind that in second. 10 seconds back from that, we have Mikel Arteta. Siko Kaiser, 5.5. Monty, another 5. Blanca Ryuzaki, 4. The cars have sufficiently spread out, so this is going to give drivers a little bit of much-needed breathing room as Chamchulo goes into pits to serve his drive-through. Hopefully this will give drivers all a nice chance to settle into the rhythm of the track, get themselves kind of situated, start running those nice, clean, effective laps. Ooh, Dubrovka and Rediger getting sideways.
But he doesn't seem to have hit the wall.
He kept
so
it.
good for
He
him.
was able to keep it. Monty doing the same.
Oh, but
Just
also
avoiding
able
that
to
wall.
catching it. But is also able to catch it, so...
Catches it, and Blank Ryuzaki catches him.
Yeah, that's true.
And a little bit of trouble going into pit lane, it looked like, for the Moon Eye Audi. They may see what is outside of our reality, but sometimes you have to see the wall in front of you.
Oh god, the things we say are so memeable right now.
It just happens. Oh, Akito! Oh. Ooh. A little bit of a heart stopper there. Down KP going into that hook. Meanwhile, Monty and Blanc Ryuzaki looking to have a little bit of a scrap. And catching, they're going, trying to get the most out of that racing line. Can he do much, or is that BMW just going to pull away? Looks like Ryuzaki's slowly losing him as the gap increases to a second. Gary Slater taking their pit stop. as Blanc Ryuzaki starts to run away with fifth. Emphasis on starts. You can always
Yeah.
have racer's luck or the commentator's curse. Who knows?
Oh. But I mean, they will have to pit eventually, so yeah.
Yes. Speaking of commentator's curse, Monty catching a yellow flag, Shike Hawken as well, and DJ Overdrive stopped on the side of the road.
Oh, hey,
He is.
that's not good.
Oh, that's looking like a disconnect.
Could be the case.
Oh dear. Chamchulo looking to close the gap with Adrian Dubrovka. Oh, is that Mark?
Oh!
Ooh, that's Chamchulo getting sideways, catching the wall. The American flag on the back made me panic and think it was Mark Kame for a moment. As Ryuma Tachiyama goes into pit. Chamchulo having little. Oh, it almost looks like tire wear with the amount he's been sliding. I mean, track's 35 Celsius. That is. There's some potential for some spice there.
American temperatures.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, translating that to well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, Alex Curto getting a yellow flag. Looks like it was just some track limits. Maybe?
Seems like it because, I mean, he still was kind of slow off that corner, so...
Yeah.
At least it seemed like it, so maybe it did hit the wall a bit, but not enough to actually do some damage.
Yeah, car's still looking in pretty good shape. Not 100 Fahrenheit. It was a top of the head conversion, so inaccurate. Okay, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Either way, I would not want to walk on that track barefoot.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta going in for their pit stop. Going to let a Lexus onto a podium position for a little bit. As Seiko Kaiza claims that third. Monty going to pit as well. As the cars have once again spread out, giving drivers a little bit of breathing room to run their laps, try and get those efficient times, and settle into the rhythm after their battles. As Adrian Dubrovka goes wide. Okay, that's... Ivano's going to avoid that one.
But that still was kind of close.
Yeah. And Trazione
Is
taking a nice parking spot amongst the trees.
He just wants to stare at the trees, you know?
Yeah, I think that's either a controller or a disconnect issue.
How he got past the barriers is like a mystery to me right now.
Yep, she just popped off the grid, so that was internet connection.
Oh, I see.
You hate to see it. The Chamchulo just ran their best lap of the race, the 149. Taking full advantage of that clean space, get back into the groove, mentally reset from the spins. Blanc Ryuzaki taking his pit stop. And Akito working their way back up to 8th. Right back behind Arteta. Looking to claim the position lost after that off track. See if we can get the TV cams to cooperate so we can watch this play out.
I mean, one thing you have to give to Akito is he doesn't give up. He will try to get back to where he started.
And he is right back in there. Yep, that's 7th now that Ryazaki is pitted. In my experience, Blunt goes by T for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
To answer chat's question. Lovely shot down the straight. Into the boot. I think that's the boot. Definitely the fun time. Akito's going to get a little bit of a wide line there. Trying to get as much speed as possible to get right up on that Porsche. Ooh. Looks like he had to back off a little bit to preemptively avoid a bump. As
and he's searching. He is
pit.
searching.
Yep. Russo pitting. That's going to give another position back to Akito and Arteta.
If this goes on, Akito will actually be able to go to the...
They're going to go. That looks like his move. He's going to the inside. Come on, camera. He's able to claim it. Bringing Akito up into 6th position.
If this goes on, he will actually be onto the podium again.
He's looking for it. They're most likely going to nab that position back from... Sure enough, they just nabbed the position from Mark Russo. That's bringing him back up into 5th. That is one heck of a recovery. Meanwhile, Chemchulo looking at Dubrovka. The Battle of the Astons. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're both running V12 Astons.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yep. Ooh, Chemchulo getting in there. Just avoiding a bump. Looks like he was trying to find an opening.
It seems like we don't have team orders now.
Nope. I mean, if they're both running V12s, they're both gonna be hauling down those straights. Meanwhile, Ivano, once again looking to challenge the Eldritch Googly Eyes.
It will stare in your soul.
Looking to go bowling with the old ones today. Chemchulo taking an outside line. He's going to nab the spots as Dubrovka goes into the pits. Adrian and Cham are not teammates.
Yes,
they are,
but
however,
they
brothers
the
in
car.
spirit. They are.
So it kind of still counts.
They are V12 spirit brothers, but not on the same faction within the race. As we watch a Lamborghini fight an Audi. Technically an Audi fighting an Audi, if I'm not mistaken. Ooch. Vano gonna get a little bit ahead, taking the outside line. Is he gonna be able to stick it through turn exit? He is! Mark Russo catching a yellow flag as he goes into the pits again, followed by Psycho Kaiser. need to confirm with them the pronunciation of their name.
I think Psycho Kaiser.
Ah, Russo going in for a stop and go 30. It's like the track limits at the Glen are no joke. As Shike Hawken is just going to skirt next to Dubrovka as he comes out of pits.
Ooh, who will get the place back?
Yeah. Riniger going into pit as well. That's going to put... Oh, with Psycho Kaiser and Riniger pitting, Akito might be able to take third. We will see if he's able to beat that timer. As he rushes past the pits now, that is going to be... Oh, gotcha. Psycho Kaiser. Gotcha. Much appreciated. Akito taking back his podium of P3 as Mark Kame goes to pit. Now, correct me, has Akito pitted? I think he did. Oh! Okay, that Audi saving it. That Audi saved it. If Akito's already ran the pit...
He might actually be first again if he does it right.
Nah, he's got about a minute to catch up, but that is going to give him a solid half a lap back on both of those cars. Pit strategy could be... We might see some inadvertent pit strategy genius here. As Shike Hawken and Dubrovka start a little tussle. Ah. So yeah, at that point, okay, green bars means they pitted. That means that all drivers have taken their pit stop. Which means Akito's going to just be short of taking that second position during the pit. He's going to be 16 seconds back. Still one heck of a recovery. You love to see it. Meanwhile, Psycho Kaiser narrowing that gap between himself and Arteta. Still about 1.5 seconds, but it has been getting smaller. Right now, the closest gap between two cars is the run between Dubrovka and Shike Hawken, where they've been sitting consistently about a half second away from each other. And these are both older cars, if I'm not mistaken. GTR, I believe they're running the 2019 version.
Could be.
I can't tell by looking at it. Oh, but that gap is slowly but steadily getting smaller. That GTR is slowly winding him in. As Dubrovka gets a little bit wide there. Narrowing that gap. Shike does have an inside line. They're not going to take it. I think they're going to play it safe.
I mean, the V12 does have the better top speed, I think.
Yeah, that power just...
So
that
he's
power
going
lets
to
them
run
push
away
through.
from the straights.
Very much so, yeah. He's got double the cylinders. Meanwhile, Kaiser starting to lose that gap with Arteta. Been expanded to about 1 3/4 seconds. The other cars spreading out. Kind of seems like the third time during the race where we're going to be seeing folks kind of running their own race, getting their laps in, getting into the groove of things until they either catch up to the car in front of them or the car behind them catches up to them. I always find when driving, that's kind of the most soothing part of it. Ooh, as Monty has some connection issues looking to start.
I think he has a bit of internet problems right now.
Yeah, just the slightest hint of a teleport there.
Yeah, he learned from Son Goku, you know.
Yep. Oh, Ivano.
That is not a good spot to be.
Yeah, that is. He's gonna try and back out, get himself to be as little of an obstacle as possible as the lap traffic comes through. Oh, that's costing him a lot of positions.
Oh, that just hurts.
Yep. To get back on track. Hopefully he can get moving before next cars come up.
Oh, I think he needs to go to the pits now, I think.
Yeah, that Lamborghini's looking a little hurt.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, once again, it's almost like a rubber band between this GTR of Shike Hawken and... Where did Monty go? Oh, God. Oh, goodness. He teleported. Okay. Oh, yep. That is Ivano pitting. Well, Ivano lost a couple positions. Shike Hawken, again, rubber banding with that, not like lag rubber banding, but it's like a back and forth. It seems the sections with straights that Aston is able to pull ahead, but as soon as they get into some of the more technical parts, the GTR catches right back up behind them.
Yeah.
However, the leader, Mark Kame, is looking to catch a lap on both of them. Hopefully that it doesn't interfere with the duel too much. And they're able to let him by safely, hopefully. Meanwhile, Reniger getting off track. Looks like there was just the lightest kiss of the wall before bouncing back onto course.
Yep.
Like that gap between Shike Hawken and Dubrovka has widened on the straight. And it's right back down to a half second as they go through that boot. Mark Kame coming right through. Shike's gonna let him by. And just tuck right back in behind him, try and get some of that draft. Is he looking to follow the line through? Oh! The blue flag maneuver. Oh, classic. It looks like
it's not over.
Wait, it is not over yet. That gave him a little bit of an edge, but that they are right in front of us straight away.
That's straight line speed. Oh, maybe. Oh no! He just.
I think he's gonna change his mind.
He barely missed him.
Yeah, I think he changed his mind at the last moment to try and get as much of a line as possible through that turn. As the battle shifts towards Shike Hawken's favor. That's a cheeky... that is a very funny move to do, I have to say. I've been on the receiving end of it a few times. Meanwhile, Psycho Kaiser has worked down to less than a second gap between themselves and Mikel Arteta. See if they're going to be able to do that. Looks like the lapped traffic is starting to slow them down just a little bit, giving them that chance to narrow the gaps. Meanwhile, Dubrovka less than 3/10 off as he rockets up to him down that straight. You are absolutely correct in saying that's not over. Ooh, Jordan Brunch getting a little bit off track, catching the dirt. As they both reach Ryuma Tachiyama. That's going to cause a little bit of chaos. Ooh, just missing it. Just missing it.
That was so close.
Yeah. You know, Seiko Kaiser is right on top of that Porsche out of almost nowhere. Porsche getting a little bit of that gap back as they go through the boot. Again, Lexus is a heavy boy. But it is a straight line monster.
Mm-hmm.
As you hear that high RPM Boxer 6.
I think he's catching up a bit.
He is. It is now a 0.3 of a gap. And they're going to the straightaway. That gap's not getting any wider. Those two cars both have very distinct engine notes compared to each other. You've got that high-pitched Boxer 6 mixing with the V8 noise. It's a good sound. Meanwhile, Cianciullo dueling with Mario Russo. Looks like Russo nabbed the position from Cham, and Cham is looking to hopefully claim it back. So we're going to be bouncing back and forth between these now 3 battles as Dubrovka is starting to reel in Shikehaken just a little bit. Meanwhile, Psycho Kaiser going with it. That straightaway is going to narrow him down just a touch. Oh, as Arteta goes straight through.
Did the brakes fail?
Possible? The definite possibility that rear engine does lock up fairly easy. Especially once you start to get low on fuel, it can get hairy. That might have just cost...
Because that was just strange.
Yeah, let's take another look at that with the...
Yeah, we did. That replay was going a bit too late.
Yeah, we'll have to catch it through. See what happened there. So coming up ahead, Seiko Kaiser behind. And they started to. It looks like they just didn't have...
I think they missed the breaking point, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I can't really explain it otherwise.
Yeah, that's an ugly moment.
Because it seemed like he was going without even braking there.
Yeah. I mean, I did see brake lights, so it might have locked up, might have overheated them.
Could all be the case. It just looked strange.
Yeah. Ooh, meanwhile, Renegade getting in trouble. As Cianciullo challenges the Audi. Looks like Mario Russo was able to work their way around while we were analyzing that incident. Ooh, Mooneye Audi going wide through there. Both cars getting a little bit unconventional with their lines. As Cianciullo squirts by on the inside.
Nice move.
Yep. Meanwhile, Ivano getting off track as well. That almost looked like they were turning off.
Okay, that is
strange. Yeah, that is... They just disappeared from the grid as well. see, Shike and Dubrovka have been going at it this entire time. Gap is currently 0.3 of a second. Neither one of these drivers seems to be able to lose the other, and overtaking is going to be a challenge. They're at very close paces.
I mean, it is one of the most interesting battles on this race right now, so I'd say at least.
I think it's going to come down to whether or not Shike makes a mistake. Or if Dubrovka makes one.
I mean, what Dubrovka has to wish for is that he will have an opportunity on the start finish line.
Yeah.
Because straight line speed.
Yep. He has to hope for that opportunity and hope that Dubrovka doesn't have the momentum to keep him at bay. Meanwhile, Shike pretty much has to just hope the opposite. And if either of these cars get into any sort of trouble, it's the other one. I mean, it is another 10 minutes of racing, but... that's 5 or 6 laps worth of catch-up to be able to do.
Oh!
That...
Competition's curse happened!
Oh, it ain't over yet. He's still keeping up with it thanks to the that V12 power.
Yeah, but it does seem like he's a bit loose right now.
Yep. Meanwhile, Gary Slater looking at Monty. Currently within 3/4 of a second. Trying to narrow that gap up. Was able to do so through that turn. Now it's down to half a second. There is time being gained fairly quickly. However, we have a lovely monkey wrench that is the... oh, sorry. That is the blue flag traffic coming up as Dubrovka gets right on the bumper. SKP catches a yellow. Renninger catches a yellow, stopping on side of the track. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a thing.
You shouldn't do that usually, so I don't know what that was.
Gary Slater pulling off to let Mark Kane through. Is he going to try and pull the same maneuver that Shike pulled on Dubrovka? Meanwhile, they're going side by side. Dubrovka catching a little bit of an advantage as they go into the turn. Dubrovka with the inside line.
Who will have the better exit? Dubrovka seems to have the better exit, but he's on the outside now.
On the outside, looks like he was trying to pull a switchback, but wasn't quite able to. As the stalemate continues. Some very good driving from both of these two.
Yep.
Like it may be towards the back of the pack, but that doesn't mean it's boring. Dubrovka once again side by side with the inside line. Just avoiding contact. They're going to stay too wide. Dubrovka potentially has the advantage coming through. Oh, there goes the sign. There goes the sign. As Dubrovka claims the position back, Siko. Oh, Shike giving a little bit of a flash. Just
he's not happy.
I took the opposite interpretation. I thought that was just the equivalent of saying GG. Gary Slater catching back up to the... oh, Arteta seeming to have some trouble. As they fall back, they're parking it.
Yeah.
Going back to pits.
I think his car is... the car's just trash, I think.
Yeah, I think he is, just had a bit too much damage from the previous incident.
Yeah, I think so too.
Looks like Shike Hawkins not done yet.
That would have been too easy.
Yep. As they bring it back down below half a second gap between the two cars.
As Akito is coming closer and closer.
Yep. Akito's about to have a front row seat to this. Oh, is Shike Hawking gonna be able to pull the same thing that they did earlier? Are they gonna be able to pull some blue flag shenanigans?
Would be kind of funny.
That might make it trickier for Akito to get through.
I mean, this is one of the best battlers
Meanwhile,
in
Monty
this year
getting
right now.
sideways. Getting sideways.
Oh!
Ooh, just avoiding the spice. Just avoiding the spice.
Don't crash while rejoining, please.
Gotta be careful about that. Oh, what can Shike Hawking do? That gap is getting a little bit wide right now for him to be able to...
Oh, and Akito is going past now.
Akito just blasting right through.
Just doing it. He doesn't care if the car is there. He just goes past.
So, yeah. No, that is some confidence going around, folks. That is an impressive skill to have. Yeah, just like it's nothing. Some beautiful driving, I have to say.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is a reason he's on the. He's usually on the front row.
Getting real slow through that turn.
That is. Did he just have the blue flag, or what? What was that?
I'm not sure. That looked like it was right on the apex. Oh, the battle continues. They've got Shike's got 5 minutes to make something happen. If he wants to take that coveted and highly prestigious 14th position. A number which I am quite fond of. I just realized this is the battle for my namesake.
Pit window is now closed.
And that pit window's closed, but all drivers have pitted. So we will not be seeing any 2-lap penalties. As Morty's once again having some kind of trouble.
I think maybe it's maybe he has a problem with the control or with the wheel, you know. I mean, it could be the case.
Yeah, or well, we have someone in chat saying it might be some damage to the engine.
Could also be the case, but I personally think it's more likely the wheel, since I think he had that once already in Belgium. I think.
Yeah, it could also be a pedal calibration thing. I've had that happen a few times where I would just touch it and it locks up. Yeah, that is looking like engine shut off. He's just stopped. Yeah, it looks like he's needing to stop and restart.
No, I don't think that is. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I don't.
Because is he even in front of the Brovka actually?
He is. He's currently a lap ahead.
They make it? Oi, 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 oi. Oh, whoa! What is happening?
Yeah, let's take a look at their onboard. Try and see what's going on with their situation. They seem to be running good. Throttle. Right now the gaps are nice and wide, so we have time to kind of investigate this a bit. Yeah, it's like they're just letting off the throttle.
Yeah, to be honest, I'll let. Okay, that. I think the pedals are a bit fucked there. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh. That is our curse word for the race.
Yeah. We broke the 2
I'm
limit.
so sorry.
Yeah, trying to F6 to C.
I think, just think that the throttle may have problems there.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have problems with the throttle in other games sometimes, but never in ACC actually. So I will
Yeah.
have to ask him later about that.
Yeah. Mysterious. Yeah, because now it's not happening when there's necessarily a car behind him all the time. Yeah, it looks like his throttle's just cutting out.
Yeah, I think so too. I will ask him later on that.
Yeah. As we go back to our broadcast view. Looks like the battle between Shike Haken and Adrian Dubrovka was settled as as Shike has fallen back about 6 seconds. I think the Aikido kind of going through him gave him an opportunity to get some space, as well as the confusion with Ortiz. As we settle into the last minute, closest gap right now is between Ortiz and Mario Russo. However, that gap's going to widen as Reiniger's issues persist.
Yeah, I don't, because if it can't be on purpose on that, because
Yeah,
if it
there's
would be
no
on purpose,
advantage
it wouldn't
gained.
happen. It wouldn't happen here.
Yeah, it's kind of just seems to be happening just sort of randomly.
Because it also seems like his wheel also doesn't really work, because
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of off-roading.
The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final
I think that's his race done. I think.
Yeah, I think they're calling it there. Meanwhile, Mark came 16 seconds ahead of everyone as they go into the final lap. Alex Curto's riding behind in second, followed by Aikido, who has re-earned the podium in one heck of a return drive.
Yeah, it is amazing what Aikido can do. Actually, I am
Yeah.
always kind of impressed.
Yeah, it's good to see. There's some serious driving talent there.
Yeah, I agree.
Meanwhile, Jordan Brunch getting a little bit of a run on up into 12th. Yeah, it looks like Ortiz has dropped out.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I can understand why would you drive with your pedals and
Yeah.
like everything you have in input. If it doesn't work, you know, it's just.
Yeah, it's a pain to see, but
I mean, what else should you do?
yep. That's happened to a few folks. We had
And there he is on in the chat.
yep. And Mark Kame's going to cross the line in first with the USA flagged, or winning in the USA. Curto of Wild Things is going to come in second. Aikido shortly behind. Apparently the issue with Ortiz was the VR glasses overheating. I can relate to that. That hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a VR headset, but I'm not really using it, so I can't really tell.
Yeah. Aikido going kind of slow across the line. Did they run out of fuel at the last moment?
Oh,
Yes.
please don't.
I mean,
don't.
they've crossed already.
But that would be a pain.
Yep. Psycho Kaiser bringing the Lexus into the top 5 with Blanc Ryuzaki in 5th. Gary Slater doing some celebratory donuts along with Monty, SKP, Brunch just enjoying the show. Shike Hawken come reeling it in with Ryuma Tachiyama bringing up the rear. That was a race.
Yeah.
We had plenty of close battles, some technical difficulties for drivers.
And
heck
Ryuma's
of a-
car looking like
Yeah.
it had seen better days.
Yep. Good fortunes, bad fortunes. A good time was had at the Glen overall. What a nice race. A nice race. With that, next week is we're going to be coming back to the Glen for IVGTC. It's going to be hosted by a different set of folks. No less capable, in fact, quite possibly more capable.
Probably.
And then we have an upcoming endurance race in a few months for VTuber Le Mans. And then I believe the next race is Paul Ricard for tracc.eu, if I'm not mistaken.
I think.
Yes, we're going to assume that for now and just hope nobody remembers. With that, thank you for stopping in, and hope you had a good time catching the race. We will see you next week for IVGTC, and in accordance with the track streaming guidelines, see you at the racetrack. Copyright, trademark, TM, all rights reserved. Have a lovely day.